Okay, the kth largest element in a stream, right? Yeah, in a stream. Hold on, just 1 second. Okay. I just closed the description and kind of pasted it in here. I'm noticing a lot of the mock interviews I'm doing so far have been like this. I've done like an interview at Uber as well, and using CoderPad or something, they kind of just pasted the question like this and expected me to code everything myself. So a lot of this like test cases and everything were given to us. So let me try going through that process. I'll begin with just reading the questions. So you are part of the university admissions office and need to keep track of the Kth highest test score from applicants in real time. The Kth highest test score, okay. This helps determine cutoff marks for interviews and admission dynamically as new applicants submit their scores. You are tasked to implement a class which, for a given integer k, maintains a stream of test scores and continuously returns the Kth highest test score after a new score has been submitted. More specifically, we are looking for the Kth highest score in the sorted list of all scores. Wait, what do you mean? So how's this different? The Kth highest score in the sorted list of all scores. Return the Kth highest test score after a new score has been submitted. In the sorted list of all scores. Do we have a sorted list? Did I miss that somewhere? Oh, okay. Implement the Kth largest class. Kth largest. Int k, int nums, initialize the object with the integer k and stream of test scores, nums. Int add inval adds a new test score val to stream and returns an element representing the Kth largest element in the pool of test scores so far. Alright, so just before I do anything else, let me set up the boilerplate for this. Like that, Kth largest. We'll set up like an initializer. Okay. K int nums list integer. I don't need to import anything for list, do I? Let's hope not. And then definition initialize the object with the integer k and the stream of test scores nums. Def add in value int and then return an integer as well. Okay, and then just initialize the object with the integer k and the stream of test scores num. Like, can I just set it to like an empty list, or I'll come back to this then. But I just want to get rid of this boilerplate stuff. So I'm gonna go through this like question again, and let me just ask any clarifying questions. So keep track of the Kth highest score. So I mean, first of all, I know it's heaps because I chose this question from a heap kind of select category. Kind of cheating. Ideally, ideally you don't want to know what data structure to use because that's how it's going to be in an actual interview. And I'll do that for I'll do that in the coming videos. But for now, determine marks for interviews and admission to scores. Yeah, that's fine. For a given integer k, so first of all, what do you mean by integer? Like, can it be positive, negative, 0? What's that? Boundary. Maintains a stream of test scores and continuously returns heap k. Returns the Kth highest test score after a new score submitted, so returns the Kth highest test score. More specifically, we're looking for the Kth score, the sorted list of all scores. So sorted? What do you mean by sorted? Like, is this sorted? Or do we have to keep it sorted? then the kth highest score. This implies to me that it's 1 and greater. I don't know what the maximum boundary is. I don't know if I need to consider memory. Yeah, this nums as well. You said it was like it's just sorted here. So, hold on. Stream of test scores nums. Or maybe we need to keep like either he keeps it sorted in maximum or minimum. Like with the max heaps or the min heaps. Heaps are basically binary trees, but just like either they can go up to down, like in a maximum order. So the top one is maximum and all the way to the bottoms are minimum, or the other way around, minimum. So minimum at the top and the maximum at the bottom. I think that's what heaps are, but I'll revise that definition again. Yeah, K nums, and I guess like same thing with this integer over here. Like, what are the boundaries of the integers in these questions? Okay, and then let's read these again. Initializes the object with the integer K. And a stream of test scores nums. Yeah, can nums be empty? Like, can the size be? Can it be sorted? It's just contained integers. Yeah, those would be some of my questions there. Nums. It adds a new test score val to the stream and returns the element representing the kth largest element in the pool of test scores searched so far. Okay, adds a new test score and then returns the element representing the kth largest element. Wait, what? Returns the element? I mean, returns an integer? And returns the element representing the kth largest element in the pool of test scores. Like, when you say element, you mean index, or what does that mean? What does element mean? Okay, well, let's go over here. I won't look at the examples with the constraints. Okay, so it can be empty. K can be 1 and greater than nums.length plus 1. Okay. Okay, each of the values in nums. It can go into negatives. Interesting. And vowels can also go into negatives. Interesting. Alright. At most 10 to the power 4 calls will be made to add. Okay. Okay. So these are some like clarified questions. These are some edge cases to consider. Nums can be empty. Yeah. 1 to 10 to the power 4. Wonder why it's 10 to the power 4. All the other integers. So that would be nums I, and that would be val is negative 10 to the power 4 to that range. Nums can be element, and then what's, yeah, I don't really get this statement here, but let's do an example. So first of all, self.k is equal to k, and self.nums is equal to nums. I think that's what we want to do, and I also forgot the self here. Okay. I need to revise this. I wonder, because usually we define like a k up here as well, but I was doing that in my Uber interview and that's not how it actually works. Yeah, the syntax in Swift is a bit different. Swift is what I use primarily. So question testing. I'm kind of running out of time, to be honest. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit and just look at the examples here. Okay. Whoa, that's different. Yeah, that's a bit. I wasn't expecting that input. Interesting. Does it tell us about that input anywhere? Not really. It's kind of like in the bottom over here, if we call like the Kth Largest class, like Kth Large, and then we call that function, that class, initialize it into an object, and then we go about testing Kth Large dot add and like dot add, and then we got, I think that's what it means. So 3 4 3 5 10 9 4. So initializing, we have 3 and then 4 5 8 2. Okay. And then we add 3. We add 5. What happens when we add a duplicate? Yeah. What happens when we add a duplicate? Into nums. So 3 4 5. Kth Largest. Is there no like get or anything? And what's K, by the way? Case 3. I see. Alright. So return the element. That's the Kth Largest element. Okay. I think I get with elements. This is the Kth Largest element. So what if you have to pass in something. So 3. So it's 3 4 5 8 2, which I think the answer would be 5, or no, the Kth Largest element. So 8 2 4, return 4. Add 5 again, return 5. Add 10, return 5. Add 9, return 8. Add 4, return 8. Okay, I think I get it. Yeah, out of this. Lots of 7s in here. 7 2 10 9. Fourth largest. So 8. 1 2 3 4. So 7 2 7 7, and then when there's enough 9s, then it returns 8 because it's 10 9 9 and then 8, which is the fourth largest. Cool. So what should I do? I guess like brainstorming. Oh man, I'm already like 14 minutes in, and I should be done brainstorming by now and should be coding. Well, let's brainstorm. What would be the normal way that I would do this? Like, how would I do this as a human is the first question. I think understanding that intuition makes a lot of this easier. So first of all, we add, let me close this. We add a new test score to the stream. Okay. So nums doesn't have to be. No, it doesn't have to be sorted. I don't know why it's so sorted here. Like, I don't understand, because if you look at, I mean, we can confirm with the examples too. Yeah, not sorted. We could sort it, right? We could sort it. Nums. Sort it. And go from the end until you reach the Kth Largest element. Right, and that can be worst time complexity O of n, where n is the number of elements in nums, right? Another approach would be, so if we use a heap, what are the properties of a heap that we can leverage? Let me do some research about heaps. Heaps. I typed in heels instead. Heaps, not heels, heaps. Okay, geek for geeks. That's what I'm looking at. It's a complete binary tree. A complete binary tree, what does that mean? Every node has two children? Or I think so. Many heap. And not a complete binary tree, not a complete binary tree. Valid min heap property. I see. Does it just have to be that let's read this. Yeah, I don't think it has to be in any particular order. Are the left elements larger than the right elements? Like the left subtree is larger than the right subtree? Is that general practice? I guess so. Huh. Or maybe not.